Welcome Year 9 to our next tutorial in using colour combinations on our work. So if we recap, girls, what we've done is we've created our lettering on our A3 sheet of paper, we've outlined that, and then we've begun to add in some pencil details. We're now at the stage where we need to add colour, and for this I thought it would be a nice link to use some Sharpie pens because of the vivacity of colour and the way that they go onto the surface. It closely replicates the graffiti style that we've been looking at. So in terms of using colour, what you've got to think carefully about is your colour combinations. And over here I have a few samples, so you may want to choose maybe greens and pinks and purples because they sit nicely together. It may be cold colours and warm colours, which is what I'm going to use in this tutorial. Or it might be greens and light blues and pinks and blues, or it might be pinks and darker pinks and then greens and further on there. So think carefully about your colours before you start. Now, as you can see over here, what I've done is I've bunched up my colours. I've got some warm colours and warm colours. Now, pink's a bit of an odd one because it could go warm or cold. And I've got some cold colours and some darker cold colours as well. So I'm going to start off with these light colours. I'm going to apply them onto the surface over here. What I don't want is the same colours touching each other. So say I've got this bunch of yellow, orange and then dark orange or burnt orange on here. I'm going to start with my lighter colour first of all. And I'm going to use a nice sort of simple straight line to apply, normally 45-degree angle if you can, and then block in the majority of the colour there. Once you've added in the colour, outline using the lightest colour first, and then you'll get a nice base layer, a bit like with painting. Return the lid, go for the next colour. So I'm going to go for this orange, so slightly darker. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flick some colour onto the surface there. I'm not going to cover the whole thing, but what I want to see is that element of blend, which you can do with Sharpies. So I'm just going to add that on the outline, a little bit on there, and then a bit down there. And then I'm going to go for my third set of colours, my slightly darker orange on there. I'm going to work that in, and then add that on, and add that on there, and just add a little bit on there as well. Now going for my second set of colours, I'm going to choose some of these blues now. Out of this blue set, I'd probably say that blue might be the lightest and they'll blend with those two colours over here. So let's see how this goes. So around the edge, really strong colour this blue, stands out nicely against the yellow that I previously used, so I'm happy with the colour combination there. And what I might do on this particular example is I might take the blue and then I'm going to feed it into the purple. Just be careful when you are doing this that you don't oversaturate the page, because with Sharpies it tends to bleed through and it might go onto the surface. So I'm just going to finish that last section there, and then I'm going to fade that out to this darker purple down here, and then I'm going to work some colour blends. So I've just added the first layer so far. So you can mix up the Sharpies, you can blend them, and the colours are permanent when they go onto the surface, so they'll give you really great effects if you're careful with them. And if I was working on this further, I might even use a white highlighter pen to add in some lighter shades, or a Tipex pen to add in those. So notice how I'm working the same purple now that is this colour over the blue, and what you'll get is a darker purple shade. So I'm going to add that on there, work on my outlines. And then I'm also going to take that lighter purple and I'm going to work that in for the last bit of blend on there, and take the light purple, which is over here, over it goes. So I'll just get a slightly dark variation of the blue, which blends really nicely. And of course you can take these colours if you so want and work them over to some of the oranges, and you can take them over to other sections as well. I'm just going to finish off this last bit on here. So in all, think about your colours carefully, plan them, use the colour wheels if you need to, use the board to support you, use the colour swatches to help you, and get the whole page packed up with those Sharpie colours. Thank you.